Welcome back to my channel. Sorry for the glare, I'm trying to get it off. Well, I'll just sit back like this. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new project, which this is going to be the fourth time I've made a recording on this. I'm finally recording this a totally different way. Going back to old school way I was recording, because every time I seem to record this, something went wrong. Anyway, this is a new car that I got, which actually has been in my possession for a while. I've officially owned it but for about 2 weeks. But this used to be my cousin's car. I worked on it. Told her what I suspected was wrong with it. Waiting on her to get the parts. During that time, she got her another car, and then I guess she just fell out of interest, even though she kept saying she wanted me to fix it. I kept asking when she's going to get the parts. She never did answer. Finally, she decided, I asked her, hey, what are you planning on doing with it? She's like, well, I'm thinking about selling it now. So, first offer she gave me was ridiculous offer, because it's basically a non-running car. Believe me, it's got the issues very common for the Volkswagen. So this is another Volkswagen, and it's just like my Jetta. This is a 2001 model, which is what I loved about it. It being a 2001 model, and it's got the same engine as my Jetta. As a matter of fact, I was able to diagnose some of the problems using my ECU and the switch out of my Jetta to check this car out, see if what I thought was wrong with it might have been wrong with it. Although I now found out that's not quite what was wrong with it in the first place. So get back down here to the little glare part. I'll show you what I suspected. Now, I had disconnected the ignition, which I got this screwed back in. You can see how this is kind of crowded, and that's because this car does leak some. So, I was expecting this tumbler housing actually being wrong, because when you turn the switch, it was acting up. So, I had purchased a new one. The difference with this one and the one that's on this car, the one that's on this car has a section, which, let's see if I can get this in view. Yeah. Right here, see if I can get it in view, because I can't see it in the camera. Yeah, right here, this is where a cable goes into to unlock the shifter when you're shifting gears, and this one, the new one, didn't have it. But I figured, well, I'll do it. I'll manually do it and replace this one. Now, I wasn't going to send this one back after I realized this is the wrong one, because my Jetta is a manual. So this one will work on the Jetta as well. Well, working on that, I actually put the switch in backwards at one point in this one, so I got unlocked. While as I was working on it, I realized something was wrong. Well, actually, the first time I done it, this little piece right here, that's what locks your steering wheel. And I got thinking, because I had put the ECU for my Jetta in this one, because she had originally misplaced the keys. So I originally had the keys, and sometime between the time I was working on it and the time she got married, she somehow got the key back. She knew what it was. I told her, you can take it out there, crank it every now and then, make sure the battery didn't go dead. Which, by the time I got it, the battery was dead. So I get it. As a matter of fact, it's dead right now, because it's been a week. So while I haven't crunk it last. Sorry, my dog's barking. I noticed when I turned the switch, that would not pop up when you put the key in the unlocked position. I was like, well, that's weird. And I got thinking when I drove it and I put the ECU in there, the way I done it is I took the key to my Jetta, since the ECU is running off it. Sorry, my dog is being aggravating right now. But when I was kind of capable of using the switch outside the house and just put my Jetta key, and I was able to drive it around. It drove really good then. So I thought I confirmed that the tumbler was bad because I wasn't using the tumbler. Well, I never did think about it because I thought I disconnected it by undoing that cable. Then I got thinking that cable is for the shifter. Without that piece being moved, all you gotta do is push onto it and hold it, and you'll be able to shift it as long as the engine's crunk. But I didn't realize the steering never did lock. And apparently it had been like that when my cousin first bought the car. She got it for just a little bit more than what I paid for it. And believe me, it's went through some more stuff since then. So she finally accepted the offer that I gave her. Some other ones came to look at it, and they had the bright idea of, I don't know if it was the dad or grandpa. As old as he looked, I'm going to say it's more grandpa, but I could be wrong. He was going to straight wire it. And I've checked and checked. There's no way a straight wire can get by the sorry, my dog is irritating me and making me forget one thing. But to by the immobilizer. Hey, that's enough. Sorry about that. Someone pulled up, so she's having a fit. But anyway, it was getting the signal from the immobilizer antenna for the ECU, and I was able to drive around. I never did think about that the steering should have been locked, and I thought I disabled it. And so I put the key back, switch back and forth, then I did one time get this stuck in this backwards. Then I realized what was wrong with the switch itself. I disabled a little piece, a little plastic clip in there, and now it works, but I'm going to end up having to replace that, but everything works fine now. The only thing that apparently that one does is, like, if you leave the key in, it won't go ding, 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 which is alright, because that was irritating, because at times when you have the switch on, it was going ding, 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 like you had the door open. That's the reason I thought it was a tumbler in the first place. Is really the switch, but that part is not fixed. Now, I do have parts took apart, which, of course, I got the cluster moved. I got the cluster sitting right here. I had to move it to be able to take the switch out, which I misplaced the bolts, which I had to take a Dremel, cut little slots, bang it real good, which took me a while to actually get it going, but once I got it going, it unscrewed real easy. I either need to put those back in or replace them. I'm going to end up replacing them with some new ones, definitely. I just don't have it right now, so I have to wait for those to come in. Another thing, do have the center instrument cluster out, which is inside the house right now. I had it moved so I could get to the cover for the ECU. Don't think you actually got to remove that for that, but I did take it off because I had problems with the radio, which I can't remember exactly what I was taking off. Anyway, I couldn't get the radio playing. And so I was checking it out, and I thought the radio's fine, so I may have a fuse blowed or something like that, but I am planning on putting a different radio in there. This one has a single DIN. I am going to put a double DIN in here. Pretty much know what I need to do. One thing, if you look right here, this is got the clearance for just a single den. Double den, you can raise it up, but the best thing to do is take this, drop it down, cut these little tabs, and then a double den will easily fit right in there. It'll look just like my Jetta, and then my AC controls, AC and heater controls end up being down below, just like it is in the Jetta. Just modify the center console. Now, the center console is broke on one part, which I'm the one that broke it, because when I was first working on it, like I said, this thing does leak. Well, that's the reason why I moved it, because I traced to see where the leak was. Didn't know if it was a window. I thought it might have been sealed, and then found out there's rubber grommets missing. That's in the body parts. Did seal one. It rained really hard these last few days. It's been stem dry. Yesterday was the hardest we got. So I went here and checked, and I had a little rag in there just to see, and sure enough, it's still leaking. So I'm assuming that the other side's probably got the grommet missing out of it as well. Excuse me. I'm going to have to also take the rain guard, out from over the wiper blades and give that a clean out. I have done it one time before when I was tracing down the leak when this was still my cousin's car. So that's one of the things I'm working on. And then if you look up here, you can see how the interior has got sort of a dirty, mildewy thing because it stays wet in here all the time. I do have small hose, and I pulled the drain plug out of the very back, so it'll constantly drain, so it's not as wet. But it did have a musky, mildewy smell, but me working on it after I bought it, because I've been sitting with it closed for so long waiting on her to get the parts. But now it's mine. I'm be able to work on it and get the thing going. I do have now the switch working for it to work right. It's not complete, so I'll probably end up replacing it and the other switches as well to match that, and then I'll have to just program that key to go with the ECU that's in here right now. So let's see what else. Oh, the latch in the very back, because this is a hatch. When you hit the switch, the key doesn't work. It does have an electronic switch, so when you pop it, it'll pop up, but if you ain't got somebody there to quickly open it, it won't open all the time. I have figured out an easy way to do it by yourself. Pop it in there, and I put me a decent sized screwdriver that weighs a good bit. And when I pop it, it finally pops open. So I need to work on that to get that switch working. No, it's got to be something in the key, because when we first got it, the key worked, and then all of a sudden it stopped working. So I got to figure that part out. And then of course I got to clean and put this dash back together, but the center dash I'm actually going to replace. And I'm going to change the interior of this from this tan to gray. I like the way the gray looks in my Jetta. Plus, I am planning on doing a color change. I'm not painting this car. I am planning on doing a white. So the white will look better with the color that I'm planning on getting it. If you look this side, it shows more of the color blue that it actually is on the outside. And you see it's got that tan. The door panel on the driver's side, though, was so tore up and messed up, she had to get a new one. Well, new to her, from a used car, and she got this one. And it's got this gray interior. This is apparently something very common for these to be loose like that. But I'm going to end up replacing it more with that. I may actually replace both of these door panels with newer ones. But there's that glare again. It is a cloudy day. But you might be wondering what kind of car this is. You may be able to figure out what it was just from some of the shapes. But this is a 2001 Volkswagen Beetle. The body itself is in pretty good shape, although I've got it parked almost underneath a pine tree, and I've had all type of stuff dropping on this thing. I was wondering it ain't got big dents from it. My Jetta is just right there too. My truck's actually right in front of this car. Now, as far as body wise, this is the biggest problem. That's what it was when my cousin bought the car. That's just the plastic fender, so I'm going to replace that. And the front grille was broken. She did buy a replacement for that. She actually bought two. One she bought the wrong year model because she just bought the first one she bought. And then she didn't buy the grill piece that goes into it to match one she bought. And then she bought, I think she sent one of them back. She got the right one and then the wrong grill again. So anyway, we finally got it in. I got the grill still on the back, but I never finished putting it on because there was still other parts. Oh, neighbor's cat come over. I was wondering what that was behind me. But as far as the paint, see how clear coat's flaking. It's like that all around the car. So I do need to straighten it out and get that part straightened out before I put a wrap on it. I'm not going to mention the color because I do have a certain way I'm going to make this look. And yeah, that's the new project. Anyway, I hope you look forward to some new videos. Hopefully, sorry this one ain't the best. I mean, I'm doing this on my phone and it is kind of cloudy. But I've had so many problems. For 2 weeks I've been trying to get this recorded and uploaded. So I finally decided I'm going to do it this way. Yes, it is getting cold weather too. Oh yeah, one of the other things that was wrong with this car, it was acting like it was overheating, though it wasn't showing us overheating. Found out when I was trying to bleed it, it wasn't going through the cooling line. Finally, out of the head, where it comes out of the head, I did get that cleaned out, so I was able to flush it. I still got to put coolant in it. I got to get some more coolant for my Jetta because I got to do the heater coil on it. I got it. I was going to do it here a while back, but there's stuff you got to disconnect. I wasn't ready to do it because it's such a hot time. Now it's cold. It's good. Next week I'm on vacation. Well, starting Wednesday, so I have all of next week to be able to finish the heater coil on it. And hopefully payday I'll be able to get the coolant for it and this. I thought this one had some coolant in it, but apparently we used some or it busted and leaked inside the car because it is pretty much an empty jug. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully look forward to some more videos soon. If I ever get my program straightened out, I'll see you on the next video.